Hello and welcome back to Dial H for Heroclix. I'm your host, Kalder Nest. This episode we're going to be chatting a lot about Heroclix. Adepticon is coming up and a little bit of what I played this past week. This is episode 558. Howdy, howdy. Let's get rowdy.
Do you really wanna click save?
Leadership,
Roll a 6, make a move extreme.
token up,
Taking action from your team. I go straight to your start, hypersonic speed.
roll a 5,
Getting brave, hitting blades, claws, fangs.
KO,
Stick and move, click a few just to hit a stop. Need a 3 CCE on a flurry close.
tear your dials apart.
Once the timer starts, do you really wanna click save? What's going up must come down. Do you really wanna click save? Baby, you got it found. Find the word you soon become. You're the best, the judge is wrong, but you amplify the damage on. Roll your dice for initiative, son.
Dial H for Heroclix is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock every day, including all the latest Heroclix singles and sealed products. Make sure you check them out at CoolStuffInc.com. Use code DIAL5, DIAL5, for 5% off your Cool Stuff Inc. order. And if you want Heroclix straight from the source, you can go to shop.wizkids.com. Use code DIALH10 for 10% off your Heroclix order over there. Not usable with certain pre-orders, iconics, or promotions. Joining me like always in the studio is Ian Eggleston. What's going on, Ian?
Well, Calder, I've been doing what a lot of people would describe, I think, as self-care.
Okay.
Today, specifically. It was a good week, but, today, self-care. I think that's what they call it.
From what you've described to me, it sounds more like self-sabotage. Or
self-sabotage?
torture.
Harm?
Self-harm, yeah. Not care. It didn't seem like care.
No, I'm a better person after today.
Educated yourself today on things that you didn't know about previously.
It's true.
But
I watched Morbius, okay, guys? I did it. I finally did it. Had no idea that the antagonist in Morbius was just also Morbius.
Yep.
But, kind of evil. Wow. I don't need to give a review on the movie. It's very bad for a lot of reasons. It's all true. I cannot believe that this was re-released at any point.
Well, it was a joke. It was a.
I know it's
Sony
a joke.
Played and all that, right?
But exactly. But it's also like a business that decided to do that.
True.
So it may be a joke, but they did that. And good on you, Sony, for continuing to make just awfully out of touch movies about characters that could be cool, should be cool, and will never be cool because. How?
You ruined them.
How do they do this every time?
It did suck because Morbius is a cool character, and I guess 3 years ago I was excited for Morbius.
I was
too. I was excited. I saw it in theaters. I was very disappointed walking out of that movie theater. Wow, that sucked. That was a bummer. I actually had high hopes for this movie because Morbius is a cool character, and then well, I'm glad you got to experience that pain.
Yeah, I know this isn't Morbius's fault. Kind of just in recency of Marvel movies and TV. We had watched Daredevil, a few weeks ago at this point.
Yeah.
Wasn't thrilled with it.
Just the first episode, by the way, listener. Just not super...
Don't try to defend this.
Well, I'm just saying...
we had the Daredevil lights on even.
I know.
We had the red lights
hyped.
going in the house.
Daredevil, the Netflix Daredevil show is probably one of my favorite TV shows for a while.
I like that. But yeah, the whole act of this show is about Daredevil, and then it's immediately
it's about Matt.
Now
Murdock.
I'm fighting about being Daredevil.
I don't want to be Daredevil.
It's I'm not watching Matt Murdock Born Again. I'm watching Daredevil Born Again, and the premise that I just don't understand why so many places can't understand, or companies, however you want to frame them, is that in the superhero show, I would like to see the superhero, and I understand they have an alter ego. They're a character outside of this. That's important too. But the most important part of a superhero generally is the superhero. So, anyway, this is not Morbius' fault, what I'm about to say. But man, Marvel media has just been so mid lately. So just...
I think that's pretty fair.
So bland and repetitive that I'm questioning if it was ever good. That's how bad it's been lately for me.
But how about all those names today, Ian?
All the
How
names?
about all those names on the backs of chairs?
Names on the backs of chairs. Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Ooh.
That message
But
got
aren't you
sent over.
Aren't you still excited for people and things?
I didn't see Wesley Snipes on the back of the chairs.
It's fair.
No, I mean, legitimately, that's where I'm at with Marvel Media right now. Is like I'm waiting for something where it's like, oh wow, this is new, this is fresh, this is actually like fun, as opposed to just like tired.
But James Marsden's going to be there. Original Cyclops is going to be.
Oh,
in
that's who that is. That's right.
Tuesday,
See,
yeah.
I know who that is. Yeah, no. But anyway, it was a good week. I got to play a lot of Heroclix. But
Yeah.
Marvel as a whole, yeah. I'm shaking my head, guys. Deadpool was fun to watch, like the third one. But I'm starting to think, is that just what Marvel is? It's
I really
fun to
liked
watch and then it's
rewatching
done?
it. But then upon rewatching it, I did just realize, yeah, a lot of the luster is just gone because I know everything that's going to happen and I know all that guy from Thing is here.
Exactly.
You know, there's too much of that in superhero movies nowadays where it's like, whoa, guy from other Thing? Hey, what about just guy from Thing you're here for?
Yeah.
What about that? Just make him a good, interesting character versus have cameos out there. And I
Is
get
it just
that's, like,
cameos?
I guess that
Is that
was
all
kind
it's
of
ever been?
the point of Deadpool 3, or like one of the major points is like a million cameos.
Oh, yeah, there's like a level of irony in it.
You know, there's a level of that, but like it really was like a tough rewatch through. The action is still good, you know, the quips are still funny.
Sure.
But it's like seeing Blade again doesn't do a
No.
whole lot for me. Not compared to when I first like saw Blade and like literally just looked right at you like, dude,
Yeah.
Blade. Like it was funny.
And that's fun. Like these movies
That
are
was
an
fun.
experience.
In theaters, that was fun. It was a
But
great
are
theater
these
experience.
movies good? Have they ever been good? Rewatching Civil War, which I don't know, that was probably like
Like-
3 weeks ago. That movie's
That
bad.
was like a month or two ago, dude. That
That's
was
not a
minute.
good movie.
It really wasn't. That's what blew my mind. I was like, wow, I don't care. That was
Like, oh,
blew my
here's
mind,
Spider-Man. Oh, here's Ant-Man. Oh, here's Black Panther. And that's like the whole movie.
dude. Yeah.
So guys,
But man, when you were 17 though,
oh yeah, I
watching
mean,
Civil War?
going to all these premieres
17,
like
18?
as an event, like these movies are bad, but as events they're fantastic.
they rule.
And I'm wondering, like, truly, just very, this is a recent thing. Has it always been this way? I don't know. I haven't rewatched enough of these things,
Even
and now
though-
I'm scared to. I don't want to taint what I think is
The last
is good.
time I rewatched the MCU, that was back in 2019. I rewatched it all before Endgame, and like I finished Ant-Man and the Wasp like the day of, like before I watched Endgame, like that morning. And I enjoyed it, you know. I did realize that, like, yeah, the first Thor is really slow.
Yeah.
Second Thor, really bad.
Yes.
Third Thor, way better. You know, I do enjoy all the Iron Man movies, even though like they do just keep getting worse. I do still enjoy all like some of the aspects of every
Iron Man 1 I
movie.
have rewatched. Still a good movie.
All the Captain Americas are good except Civil War, like just recently. But like back in 2019, I was like, "Yep, Civil War, cool,
Yeah.
good movie." You know, but just recently, I was like, "Wow, that was boring." That was like, not,
That was not a
I was
good
like,
movie.
not fun. Yeah, I did not like it. But like 1 and 2 really hold up. 1 being a period piece is like really good. I really enjoy 1, obviously, and then 2 is just amazing. You know, just amazing superhero cinema right there. But yeah, like even with all that, and like Captain America 4 just being mid, I think that's very apt for it. Where it's just like, I guess that was a movie. It was a fun time, I guess. Like nothing crazy, you know. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 being like, it was better. I
Yeah,
think
that's considered. I mean, I agree with it too. That's considered like one of the better ones. And even then, I was just kind of like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, like, oh, it was better. Quantum Mania was. You're like, ugh, gross.
Yeah, ew.
What else was there? I don't even can't remember. Oh, Thor: Love and Thunder. Probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, Thor: Love
If you
and Thunder
like Thor:
is-
Love and Thunder, ugh.
Yeah, no, thank
But,
you.
Like, even after saying all this, I'm like so excited for Thunderbolts. I'm like, literally can't wait to go see Thunderbolts. I can't wait to be dressed up in like the U.S. agent costume and go see it. Like,
I don't know how many
Really
times they can
excited.
do me dirty before I'm just like, I don't know if I like these anymore.
I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see.
Like, the thing is I want to like them. I love superheroes, obviously. But man, like the last like 4 or 5 years of Marvel has just been so flatline. Just
Yeah.
not overly bad, not overly good, just right through the middle. I'd like to see them take a chance. There hasn't been a Marvel movie that's taken a chance in a while. Like Guardians of the Galaxy took a chance, did some goofy, funny stuff,
Yeah.
and then that set the tone for the next decade of movies. And I'd like to shift away from that.
Fair enough.
So I don't know. I'll continue to watch Daredevil. I'll see if my opinion changes on that. But anyway, time for Heroclix. I got to play a ton of Heroclix this weekend. It was a ton of fun. Got to bust out all the brand new Spider-Man stuff that we got from Florida and from various trades and purchases and whatnot. Again, shout out to Alec for sending me over a Chase Mysterio in advance.
What a fella.
So that I could play my boy. Oh my gosh, that figure is so fun. The Chase Sandman is so cool. Spider-Ham Prime rocks. Oh my gosh, there's so much to talk about. The uncommon Norman Osborn. We'll go into that more later. Oh, Chaos King too. We got a chaotic discussion coming up
Chaos King of New York.
But overall, watched some horrible movies. Calder actually interrupted my Assassin's Creed watch
Sorry.
to record this show. So, yeah, again, self-care.
Business to do. Yeah.
But no, got to play some clicks this week. And then, other than that, work has just been crazy. So,
yeah. So
glad I got to step away for a bit to click some dials.
Roll some dice.
Roll some dice.
Wow.
With the buds, with the friends.
Having a grand old time.
Nothing better.
Yeah, I had kind of the same thing this past weekend. I definitely watched a bunch of movies. I played some good HeroClix stuff. I was pretty excited about it. We played a little 400 Golden, and then, at our venue. That's a really nice, casual, fun time with Golden. There's nobody, we don't have to say, hey, don't play Felix Faust. Everybody just knows not to do it. It's really nice. So we just have a cool, fun time playing Golden. No one busted out any crazy resources or whatever. Just had a nice, fun time. Rewatched one of my, I guess I would call it one of my favorite movies, but rewatched Gentlemen Broncos, which is a really good time. It's done by whoever the same dude was that directed Napoleon Dynamite. And you can really tell that kind of style, that kind of dry humor and weird characters where they're all normal people, but they're just kind of weird, So I really enjoy Gentlemen Broncos. There's probably a famous clip online somewhere which got me to watch it. And then the movie is nothing like that clip. That clip is a very small part. Have you seen this movie?
No.
No? Okay, you should watch it.
I've never even heard of it, if I'm being honest.
You should check it out. The star-studded cast of The Kid from Sky High stars in it, and he rocks. Jennifer Coolidge plays his mom.
Dude, if I see one more ad with Jennifer Coolidge in it...
Don't get me wrong. I
don't even know who she is, but now I do.
Swearing down. Well,
Twitch ad lady.
You seen Mean Girls or whatever?
I have seen that. Okay.
Sorry, not Mean Girls. My bad. Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde. I've actually never watched that movie.
Oh, really?
I remember seeing the poster all the time.
Okay.
I've never seen that movie though.
Now, Legally Blonde, I think is what I would say is one of the biggest things she's in. But anyways, she's funny as his mom, and then oh my gosh,
my Chase bank card. Oh my gosh,
the guy that plays I don't know why she's spiked in popularity all of a sudden.
She's just in 10,000 Twitch ads.
I'm doubling all over. Wow. I'm double dating.
And I'm Jennifer. They have to make a point that she's Jennifer Coolidge every time.
I bought this dress at midnight. Can I get double rewards points on Chase credit card? Wow.
Wow, that's Jennifer Coolidge. Wow, it is. And I'm Jennifer Coolidge. They say her name 5 times a commercial. It's who are you?
The guy that plays Justin Hammer.
Maybe that's rude.
I'm so mad that I can't remember his name, but he's also in the movie, and he's great. He's great in it. But Gentlemen Broncos is just this really kind of fun story about this kid who writes books, manuscripts and stuff, and he writes these stories, and it's a little bit about his idea getting stolen, and it's kind of a sad story for a while, and you see it he gets used by this guy, and then not spoil anything, but eventually he figures out how to get back at him, right? And it's a really good story. It's honestly kind of heartwarming. It's awkward. It's got weird humor, very Napoleon Dynamite humor, but I really enjoy it. I really like the movie, and I got to I rewatched it again, which is pretty fun. Watched Mickey 17. Didn't love it, but I liked the concepts it had in it.
It lost a lot of money.
Okay, good. It deserved to.
Its box office, I think, was a fifth of what it cost to make.
It deserved to lose a lot of money. But I will say it had some fun concepts.
Are movies just bad?
Robert Pattinson did kill it, though. I'll say that.
He always does. He's a great actor.
He's really good.
He really broke out of the whole Edward casting.
This is now the third thing I've seen him in. So, Lighthouse, The Batman, and then this now, Mickey 17.
He was in Tenet, too.
Who saw Tenet?
pretty good movie.
Is it actually?
It's not like the best thing you'll ever
Okay.
see, but I don't know. It's not my favorite thing ever. Like the concept of it. We don't need to go super deep into it.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's not like I'm not gonna go. Hey, go see Tenet. But if you watch it,
released in
he was
2020,
in that movie we watched too. We already talked about it on the show.
Oh yeah, the
Whatever.
Wow, he plays a real scumbag in that movie. That movie was so good. The
Good Time.
Good Time.
Yeah.
Wow, I forgot about that movie. Holy smokes, it was insanely
Yeah.
good though.
No, Robert Pattinson's awesome.
Yeah, he
He's
kills.
amazing.
I will like. There's only one. So like many of the concepts I did like dislike. Many of the characterizations I disliked, especially the difference between him getting like 3D printed every day. I'm not going to get into it, but basically, I think some of the choices, either direction wise, just didn't make any sense to me. And there were some other side characters that were just I found very annoying, and I felt were redundant and kind of like took me out of the story and just kind of ruined the overall atmosphere of the story for me. But besides that, it was a fairly interesting concept about like an expendable human being that you can 3D print over and over again. You know, so it was neat, but it was ultimately kind of bad. Kind of bad movie. But I could see anybody that's like an identical twin cosplaying this, like him and his clones for like Halloween. It'd be kind of fun. Be kind of cute, like kind of a cute one. But yeah, and then played Heroclix, which I'll get to later. I'll talk about the team.
Eventually, we'll talk about HeroClix on the
yeah,
HeroClix
I guess
show.
what are we 15 minutes in? I guess we can. Do you feel like talking about?
we
HeroClix?
could talk HeroClix.
Adepticon, I guess, huh?
Yeah, let's talk
Sure,
about
let's talk
Adepticon.
about- hey, guys.
I guess.
You guys
Anyway,
ever been
movies
to-
are bad.
Yeah,
no, they're
guess.
not.
I guess, dude.
Recent movies, they feel bad though. But
Hey.
Adepticon.
The Gentlemen Broncos from 2009. I had a great time. I love that movie. Adepticon, hey, that's a cool event that's coming up. We were there last year. That popped up on my Facebook memories. We won't be there this year. We'll try our best to have as little FOMO as possible. Can't say it won't happen, though. So just kind of running down some of the events that we're looking at for Adepticon and all the Heroclix events that are going to be happening. 300 Modern, the big song and dance. That is going to be Saturday, March 29th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Grand Ballroom C for all those that are going to be there in person. It's going to cut to top 8 after 5 rounds of Swiss play. And those top 8 rounds are going to take place on Sunday, March 30th at 10 a.m. So sign up and everything is already full. The event is sold out. The pricing is as follows. Participation, so for $30, no matter what, you're getting yourself a little baby Groot LE, which is pretty cool. Top 8 is going to get a Marvel HeroClix Zombie Scarlet Witch, Sky Cycle Hawkeye, Compound Hulk, DC's Black Adam, Zombie Unicorn, and Zombie Shark stacked top 8 pricing. Top 4 is going to get, everything's cumulative, by the way. So all top 8 pricing, and then the Spider-Verse Retail Chase Booster, which is solid, and then the Maximum Carnage Deathlock, which we've seen. Top 2 is going to get the soon-to-be-announced Marvel HeroClix promo box set.
Ooh, what is that?
I don't know. Like, actually, what is
Promo
that,
box
though?
set.
Promo box set? Cool.
Okay.
And then top 2 both get a Collector's Trove factory set, which is really good, actually. With, like, an Ultra Chase, all of the one-shots, all of the equipment, super rares and stuff. Pretty solid factory set. Runner-up. So second place will then get a Spider-Verse booster brick.
Wait,
And then-
so top 2?
Yeah.
What's the difference between top 2 and the runner-up?
The runner-up,
So
second
just
place.
second.
So just
I
second
gotcha.
place.
I'm just
Gets like
yeah,
a brick of
okay.
Spider-Verse. And then the champion will get a Spider-Verse factory set, which is a really good factory set to get.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then a Adepticon champion trophy, which rocks. Because they had like the medal last year for Battle Royale champion, but now they have a trophy, which the Adepticon logo is sick. This like metal skull
Like the
robot
city
skull
in the
thing.
background. Yeah,
It's really
sweet.
cool. So if it's anything like that, it's pretty sick. There's also going to be the 2025 Team Sealed Championship. They did not do sealed teams last year, so I'm happy to see it this year, which is really cool. It is going to be Friday at 10:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Teams of 3, A, B, C player. Okay. Each team receives a Spider-Verse brick, from which they'll build a 300-point team for each player, right? It's going to be 3 rounds of Swiss, and then I believe it just goes off of wins and losses, just like how they did at Gen Con. So, 0 wins, 3 losses, you're getting a Baby Groot, a Parademon, and a Calabac. 1 win, 2 losses, you'll get all the same prizes, and then Scarlet Witch, Sky Cycle Hawkeye, Deceased Black Adam. 2 wins, 1 loss, all the same prizes, plus Compound Hulk, Zombie Unicorn, Zombie Shark. 3 wins, 0 losses, all the prizes with Maximum Carnage Deathlock, a hero, the new
Soon to be announced
boxed set. And then it'll be a Collector's Trove Retail Chase Booster. Pretty cool.
Maybe some iconics?
I don't know what this promo boxed set is.
Maybe
They've tickled.
Oh, is that?
curiosity.
Oh, dude, is it the? Gosh, what the Dark Side and the Gang? What are they called? You know, like Calabac and.
But it's Marvel.
Oh, it's Marvel. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was gonna say those have been
So it's
LEs
not
that have been
the-
floating around
it's
for a
not
minute.
the
We haven't seen them yet.
Apocalypse people.
Apocalypse. Thank you.
What
My
was it?
gosh.
Kanto, Mantis.
Kanto, Manto, Danto.
Who else is there that hasn't been released? There was a few though.
Yeah, there's a handful
Calabac.
of.
Yeah. Kanto, Calabac.
Goes in theme with
Mantis.
like the Steppenwolf and everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
Steppenwolf and the Parademon that came out last year. Yeah.
so
For Battle Royales, it's going to be a $20 entry fee. They're going to be using Spider-Verse for a 4-player game. It's pick and pass. There's going to be some promos, 1 promo per player, so 4 promos going to be dropped in there. It's all the promos we've been talking about. So Parademon, Calabac, Black Adam, Zombie Scarlet Witch, Compound Hulk, Sky Cycle, Hawkeye, Baby Groot, Zombie Unicorn, and Zombie Shark. There's going to be a Battle Royale champion, which they've talked about. Individual player performance will be tracked from one Battle Royale onto the next. On Sunday afternoon, March 30th, the player with the most accrued points during Battle Royale side events will be crowned the Adepticon 2025 Battle Royale champion. Here is the point breakdown. First place gets 6 points, second gets 4, third gets 2, and fourth gets 1. In the event of a 3-player table, points will be awarded for first, second, and third place. Makes sense to me. I have fourth. There's not a fourth person. Battle Royale Championship prizes, there's going to be a runner-up, and they will receive a Collector's Trove Chase Booster, which is pretty cool. And the Battle Royale Champion gets a Collector's Trove Chase Booster, 2 Spider-Verse Chase Boosters, and a Battle Royale Championship trophy. It does say trophy, not medal, so I guess it is a trophy, which is
There you
pretty
go.
cool. I'm chill with that. Supercharged Seals are back again.
yeah, we had a lot of good luck with that
We
last
had
year.
A lot of great luck.
We killed
with
it
these
in
last year.
Supercharged sealed last year.
I will say much better sets this year. Supercharged Sealed at Adepticon is going to be $45 the entry fee. You get 2 Spider-Verse boosters and a Collector's Trove booster. Honestly, there's some powerful super rares in Collector's Trove.
Common Thanos.
Really help. Oh yeah, Common Thanos too. So there's actually some pretty powerful stuff. I feel like Collector's Trove could.
Collector's
really
Trove
help
can
you out
wrench some
a
stuff,
lot.
or absolutely carry you for
Players
sure.
build a 400-point team just like last time. Unlike Battle Royales, you get to keep all the figures that you open. Events are going to be run in pods of 8 players. So just like last year, you need 3 rounds of Swiss pairings based on win-loss record. Player that wins 3 loses 0 after 3 rounds will get a Collector's Trove Retail Chase Booster. It's kind of the same thing. And then each Supercharged Sealed pool will include 1 promo, which is, again, all the same ones I've been talking about this whole episode. Parademon, Calabac, Black Adam, Scarlet Witch, Combat Hulk, Sky Cycle, Hawkeye, Zombie Unicorn, Zombie Shark. So the Supercharged Seals are a ton of fun, and I do really enjoy playing them. These are definitely more stout sets to be playing in, but again, it's still luck. They're also going to be running some learn to plays. They're going to be $0, so hopefully we get a lot of new people playing Heroclix out there. Learn to plays are going to be open demos, and just for playing, you can get the DC Heroclix. I think these are all Bago figures: the Goon, the Bago Wolvie, and the Bago Wolverine and Deadpool. The exclusives that they have for sale are just going to be 2. It's going to be the Maximum Carnage Deathlock for $20, and the Thor Bifrost set for $50, finally making its debut. You can also go ahead and buy these starting Wednesday to purchase the above promos during the Adepticon Virtual Con, which they have a link to as well. So if you can't make it, you can still get these promos for just cost, I believe. So that is Adepticon. I'm curious what the meta shift will be, obviously going into Adepticon. So there's going to be Spider-Man.
Unthemed.
Spider-Man is going to be finally released, right? It's finally going to be out. Crazy stuff like cannon event, web swinging, teamwork.
Oh, dude, I don't think people are ready for the power of these one-shots. I think there's a handful of people
They're
that
scary,
know, and
dude.
I think there's some people who don't.
Even on Sunday, getting to play Help from Another Universe, the fact that when my guy is double tokened, I can just have him do nothing, and then I get someone else to do something for him in turn is also really good. Not to just mention all the crazy stuff that people that share a name can do. So there's a ton that's happening.
There's so much stuff that these one shots do. I mean, there's a lot of really impactful one-shots, but also just with the results of Florida, like with non-theme, Ghost Rider specifically, Kevin specifically being like the top 2 teams, I think that there may be a lot of people who are looking at playing non-theme now. I mean, I came back from Florida and I was saying almost immediately, I think Kevin is strong enough of a reason to break your theme. But like, there's nobody who's putting in as much work as he is, as consistently as he is. Like 8 range, see through everything, outwit support at range. Take your pick on prod, perplex, enhancement, leadership, like whatever you want for the turn. So, yeah, for 50 points, it's like this kind of feels like the new Scott, like plug into your team. I don't think he's on that level. I know he's not that good, but he is strong enough to make a very, very, very solid case to play non-theme. And on top of that, there's just so much stuff right now that, you know, why try to fit in everything on a warrior theme just so you can play Chair Panther? Just play Chair Panther and say, I'm breaking the theme. So
yeah, it's pretty fair, actually.
I think there's a lot of cases to play that, and with how much experience people have on stuff like Brock's Bunker as well, I think people are less nervous about playing that, about going second. I also think because things are more defensive, playing non-theme is less of a risk, because now people aren't just going across the board and just like nuking your team in one turn. Obviously that can still happen, but if you're spec'd defensively and if a majority of the field is defensive, I feel like non-theme is ultimately favored. Could be way off on this, I have no idea. But in defensive metas, I also think Collector has a pretty strong chance to shine too, because then it's like the longer you take, the stronger I get.
It's really defensive if Florida was any indication, with double Collector and then double Ghost Rider being the top 4, which is kind of wild.
Insane.
You know,
absolutely
like,
insane.
Colossus is, newsflash, still good.
It's still insane.
Ghost Rider, still very helpful, still very good. We saw like maybe 3 people played Kong when he didn't do that great that event.
No top 16 Kongs, one top 16 Hadari Yao, with the piece at a 30% win rate. And if you take out Isaac, 17%. In all of Florida, which is just
how,
nutty.
Like, low she was.
So, I don't know, like maybe she comes back. Maybe people are still playing Ghost Rider. I think at a minimum you got to account for it. But from Spider-Man, you know, enough of what people are thinking, metagame and whatever. Maybe Kong makes a resurgence. Who knows? I want to see Mysterio.
Throw back to Adepticon.
I want to see Mysterio. I want to see Sandman. I don't know if Sandman is good enough. I don't care. I personally had a blast playing with him this past weekend.
Yeah.
Spider-Ham 2, definitely need to talk about.
Sick.
This guy's crazy good. Oh my gosh. Like, I didn't see it on paper. Crazy, crazy good. I really dig this. Also, something else I learned. His wall crawling across panels is free. Place this character in a square of different elevation within 4 squares. No line of fire.
Yeah, it's super cruel, dude.
Didn't know
so
that.
Messed up.
So nice, actually. Like, you just get to pop them away, but giving your whole team the plasticity, and if they're within 4, they can't be targeted by ranged attacks. That comes up way more than you would think. Like, it matters so often. And everything having plasticity, especially when you're just playing like a team loaded with poison. So fun. Like, one of the things I got to play over the weekend, or one of the teams I had, was Spider-Ham Prime, Sandman, Mysterio, Norman Osborn, and I can't remember what else was on the bill, but that's not what's important. Basically, Mysterio was generating illusions. They have poison. And then Spider-Ham was giving them plasticity, and then they can't be shot. And Norman Osborn was giving them precision strike. And then Sandman was making it so any damage they dealt couldn't be reduced below Sandman's damage. So their poison's sticking. When they're attacking, your super senses are reduced, which is great against other Spider-Men. And if I lock down with you, you're going to stay locked down. And if you kill a goon, and I have a goon next to it, if I roll a 4 through 6, that goon comes back, and you're just going to stay tied up to this plasticity. Like, it was wild how many powers I was giving these Mysterio illusions, and they're just clicking you down one click at a time. Like, I had an absolute blast playing that. So Spider-Ham Prime, I definitely think there's some potential for him. I don't think I'm a mastermind enough builder to really make it work. But this plus the traffic barrel, just shutting down improved movement and having an entire team of plasticity, that has to be good. That has to be good. That has to be Prime worthy. Like, that's amazing. I didn't get a chance to play more Prime Octopus, so no updates on that yet, guys. But we're working. We're working on the formula.
What I want to see is I want to see people play Kangaroo. I love Kangaroo so much. I don't know if, like, I probably assume that most Alpha Strike dropship teams just aren't good right now. But I love Kangaroo so much, man. I think he's so sick. Just free make an attack if they don't have leap climb, which is
pretty
so
common.
many characters. So few people get leap climb.
Except for like Ulysses, Bloodstone, and then
right,
anyone with the
Forgot about that.
anyone with the wall crawler trait.
Right. And so, like, I don't know, dude. I love Kangaroo, free attack. He's an 11 for 3, all by his own, like, natural, like, power. If you play him like Norman, now he's a precision strike. Like,
Norman
pretty
Osborn's
annoying.
incredible.
He rocks.
Like, Norman Osborn
He's
he's like one of the
played
best
like
pieces
crazy.
in the set, honestly.
Yeah.
He's so absurdly good.
Everyone under 30 precision strike, plus like a TK that gives someone +2 range is so huge. That's
Like,
just nuts.
Leadership, you get a free goon, you're a wild card, you're a TK. Yeah, Sinister Syndicate, 30 points, you get precision. Like, the amount of stuff this guy does for 35 is fantastic. Pretty much every team I played this weekend had Norman on it. Because, I mean, I was spamming the Sinister Syndicate. I'd say the biggest underperformer was Chase Craven. Really, all he did was run in, crit miss, die. And then when he died, he brought back Sandman. And Sandman just put in work.
I hear Craven is known for dying, though.
Dude, it's all he does.
He'd be making graves, and he'd just be dying.
By his own hands,
Yeah.
often. Like, and that, so yeah, it was a comic accurate battle. Just running in and dying. But man, or Norman Osborn really he makes the Sinister Syndicate so good. And so, I was playing in a very casual setting, but man, like Chase Mysterio, 100%, there has to be somebody cooking with him, guys. Somebody, please play him at Adepticon. You have to be out there. Do well with him. I want him on the map. Sandman, I'm like on the fence about. I could see him being very, very good. Could also see him just being the first piece you blow up like immediately. But in a defensive meta where it's like, you're a giant. Everything within 3 line of fire, they're just taking one poison like every turn. It's so fun. It's so nice. Now, granted, he's a bigger target because of that. Mysterio can give him stealth to kind of help out with that. But man, just a constant sandstorm going around you. And then, you're just taking out terrain if you need to. The free smoke cloud, so he's always in stealth. It's a really fun figure at a minimum. And when I was playing him, I played him at 75, and he got revived, and he regened. Poison, every turn.
I played
so
against
fun.
him this past weekend, and the map I selected had, like, walls.
Mm-hmm.
So, made smoke, and I was like, oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta break a million walls, and I'm like, this is so annoying. I'm not gonna lie, probably my least favorite thing in the set is the free smoke cloud. If
There's
they're
a
gonna
lot of
keep-
it.
They're gonna keep giving people free smoke cloud. Smoke cloud needs to make, like, 4 markers. Or, like, 3.
Yeah,
That's-
not even for balance changes, but just because it's kind of annoying.
It's just, watching him pick it up, put it down, and then also be like, oh, I also need to generate a debris marker. And I'm like, yep, that's a lot. Okay.
There's a lot of stuff.
I was just like, oh my gosh.
Molecule
this
Man
This is
PTSD.
painful. I'm like, oh, just setting down so many little pieces of cardboard. But he is nuts. He is really good, and he was one of those figures where it's like
He's just so fun, too,
I
dude.
tried
I
to
had
take him
such
out
a good time playing
really
him.
early, and it's like it's hard to. A little bit like impervious shape change. If you don't have like an outwit, a battle fury, like a 2 outwits, whatever, to deal with that, like it's a little tough. He's good. He's really fun.
That and okay, so the ones I believe in, 100% Mysterio, 100% Spot, Sandman, kind of.
Spot yet? Jeez, Spot's
I didn't
just-
play Spot.
Spot's nasty though.
Luke and I both agreed it's like, I don't really want to play with or against this, so we kind of just
it's not really
truced.
fun in like a friend
Exactly.
game. Like I'm gonna stay all the way back here.
Exactly, yeah. Well, and then I'm sure you've heard about the shenanigans you can do with the Hell Cycle, right?
No.
How you can like hypersonic switch places with it, flurry through it,
I
like
hate
all in
that.
one go.
Wow.
It's wild. So between Spot, Norman Osborn, Mysterio, and Sandman, I'm like, I don't know. I don't.
Sinister Syndicate's getting.
I
figured?
know.
You think Sinister
No.
Syndicate's a
That's
meta
not where I was going.
keyword?
That's not where I was going.
Okay.
That's not where I was going. I was saying like, I'm hopeful that maybe it could.
Okay.
Because I like all of these pieces. I mean, Spot in like a meta setting, sure, yeah, go crazy with him. That rocks. You're gonna see him a ton at Adepticon. I'll put my bottom dollar on that. Whatever.
I'd agree.
Like the stuff you can do with Hell Cycle, seriously, is so nuts. But you guys can listen to other shows for that. They know more about that than I. But maybe there's some legs for the old Sinister Syndicate to stand on. The only thing though is that a lot of what they do is free actions. Mysterio does free, Sandman does free, poison. If you want to do that, Beetlejuice says, I don't think so.
You don't get any free actions there, Chuck.
So
No free
yeah,
actions.
the 0-point sideline menace, I think, ultimately prevents them
love him.
from being
I love
something.
Beetlejuice so much. Oh, he
I
rocks.
don't. I do and I don't. I like him when I'm like, ooh, and I could use him to keep my stuff alive. And I hate him when I'm like, but I just want to play this without Black Panther.
Honestly, like I played him on Sunday, which like again, like in a casual way, so I didn't really have anything. I had no autonomous, so I was taking costed actions if I wanted to bring him in, and I didn't have any little bystanders, so I was killing a real thing to keep him in. And I still liked him.
Yeah.
Like, I thought like he can honestly be a casual piece if you don't min-max him. You just kind of be like, yeah, I'm gonna get hurt a little bit. It's kind of fun to bring him in. I like him. I honestly like one game I brought him in just like break down a ton of barrier. Because he moves through it. I'm like, perfect. That's all I need. He literally died the next turn. I'm like, that's fine.
Oh, dang, you gave up 100 points to get through barrier.
It's okay, I still won. That's all that matters.
Okay.
Shout out Dave Roby. Sorry, bro.
Sorry, bro.
Didn't
You
mean to do
got
like that.
you got juiced through the wall.
Yeah,
Kool-Aid man
Juicing
style.
through the wall, brother.
Yeah. So as
gosh.
far as the impact of just quick Adepticon predictions, what from Spider-Man,
Oh, okay.
the number one figure I think is Spot.
I agree.
I don't think there's anything close to him. My number 2, probably Mysterio. There's definitely a lot of bias in that. I love him. I had like you guys. I can't tell you how fun it is to TK out an illusion, or whatever. Move him across the map, swap in Mysterio, triple mind control, just go crazy, or to TK out Mysterio. Throw out all your goons, triple poison. Like, there's so much positioning you can do with him. There's so much cool stuff where you can flip back and forth, keep him safe, or go all in, and you have to make those decisions. Like, you have to put him in some dangerous situations sometimes. And every single time, it was so rewarding. It was so fun. And yeah, rolling a 5 or a 6 on your goon generation and just triple poisoning something, awful for the other player.
Yeah.
Incredibly fun for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mysterio's my number 2. Number 3, this is a bold one. I don't even fully believe it while I'm saying it. This is my hopeful pick is Spider-Cat.
Oh, okay.
I would like to
I
see
guess it's
somebody
Sandman.
potentially
I'm
bend.
surprised.
I don't know, Sandman. I don't know. That's another hopeful pick.
Yeah.
I want him to work. I honestly don't think Captain Universe is going to see that much play though.
Yeah, that's fair.
I played against him a lot
He's
in like a
expensive.
casual setting, and I was just
100 points.
blowing him up consistently.
100 points is a lot. Doesn't reduce pen. Doesn't. Yeah, I mean.
Like, he's not particularly hard to take down. Once you're in with him, and there's so much stuff. I mean, that's kind of the theme of the meta at the moment is locking in. Once
Yeah.
you're up close with him, he's not that great. He only gives action tokens on ranged attacks too, so you kind of kill off some of his effectiveness. I mean, I don't know. I'm not that impressed by him. I think he's cool, but as far as like peak meta, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
But yeah, the one shots too, 100%.
I think canon event's going to be like the number one shot getting played. You can
So good.
You can kill your own bystander with Beetlejuice, or you can do whatever, and then someone just has immune until your next turn. Like, that's insane to me. That's so good. I think web swimming is straight up busted for those that have leap climb. The fact that it's like, yep, I just evade
Another
the
point
attack.
for Ulysses.
Yeah,
Makes
also true.
Ulysses
Dang,
harder to kill.
I would love to see Ulysses get more plays. Like, web swing is nuts.
The
Assist
assemble
from
the
another-
team too.
When someone brought this up, and Anthony brought this up, saying like, yeah, they can use a copyable team ability. Now, to be fair, they still have to succeed at leadership in order to even trigger this. So, when
Yeah,
a
let's
friendly
just
character
unpack this.
Succeeds at leadership, you may choose a copyable team ability a friendly character can use. Until your next turn, all friendly characters can use that team ability and treat each other as adjacent when they use it. So the idea is that if you have leadership, you succeed, whatever, you get to use this. If someone has Underworld, they can carry you from across the map because you treat each other as adjacent whenever they would use it. So if someone goes up, punches you, does a ton of damage, whatever, I pop assemble the team, and I can just sidestep back in my starting area. Boom, I've just,
Place them across
I've
the
just
map.
underworlded that person all the way back to my starting area, which
Yeah.
is nuts.
It's
That's so dirty. At
such a
first, we were,
cool
like,
combo.
Ragging on assemble the team.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it's like, this garbage.
This sucks.
So
I have-
situational.
I have to succeed at leadership first, and to be fair, you do still have to succeed at leadership. But if you do, what an insane alpha to like reach all the way across the map and then just yank him back to safety.
And then, it's like that doesn't have to be the only use for it, too. If you
No.
have something like Sinister Syndicate on your team and, a 12 attack, it's like just borrowing that for a turn might be worth it.
Yeah.
So you'll probably build to, do some underworld shenanigans, I imagine. But having like a backup as well, like you could probably get some value out of this. Assist from Another World is 10 points. I don't know what people are doing with it. I think somebody will play it, but I don't think it's going to be that
I
hot.
feel like someone's got to really dive into it to see what's the most useful stuff for Assist from Another World, like what's meta, and then also like, okay, this character's meta. Do they have someone that shares a name with them that is like equally as meta or at least somewhat useful? To be fair, as like a 10-point, bring somebody in for a turn, they get to do something when your main attacker or whoever is like double tokened. I really liked that, and they just leave before the turn is over.
Oh, yeah, I like
10
it.
points, like, it's a very useful 10 points. You just have to find somebody worth using it and taking up that 10 points on your team.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I really do like the one shots. Really do like everything. They're stupid, crazy, impactful. They're gonna be. I would say I probably pretty much agree with you. I think Norman's definitely gonna see play. I would probably say
I feel like Norman has to see some
I feel
play.
like he has to, otherwise I'd
Spider
go
Cat's my
crazy.
hopeful pick, guys, as a reminder. That's what I want to see.
Who do you think people are putting the glider on?
I don't think people are playing the glider.
Yeah, I don't think it beats the motorcycle. Like
The motorcycle's like Super Senses is better than any power this has
Yeah.
to offer. That's just the reality of it.
Yeah, even handing out like his precision strike.
In my opinion.
might be its biggest thing is that it hands out precision.
At one point, I was playing Mysterio with the glider, so he's a 21. He just had precision strike. That was kind of nice. And he's a flyer. Like, the flight is nice, but I think most times you're going to choose to take like hypersonic or charge super senses or like a running shot.
Spider-Man Noir will probably see play. I don't know in what capacity. Him having passed keyword is nice, but gosh, he was so annoying. Popping out just 6 squares of smoke cloud for free that all give out shape change is so huge, and then he's also a perplex piece.
He could be a nice pairing with Ghost Rider.
Solidly mobile. Yeah, true.
I mean, you have the phone
There you
booth
go.
for 0 points, so
Which is probably just better.
yeah. But, maybe you're a player who wants to eat the clock, dropping smoke cloud.
Dude, honestly, that's kind of a tactic because it wastes so much time putting
Yeah.
down smoke cloud. Smoke cloud seriously needs to be like 4 markers.
If I throw it under my figures, if it's only going under figures, I'll literally point at them and go, they're here, 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 here.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do it, you don't want to see it. Let's just agree it. Spider-Ham Prime, if he ends up doing well, I'll be very happy.
That'd be
I
cool.
hope somebody has cracked his code. I think he's sick. I didn't even play him with any equipment this weekend either. I
Oh,
didn't
really? Oh, okay.
didn't throw anything on him. And he was fine playing Jane. So I imagine, you give him some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what exactly that would be. He seems like he could be fun.
Lucky's arm.
Oh, I also
That's
played the
easy.
Guardians of the Galaxy. I played Juggerduck. I played Beta Ray Bill.
Oh, what'd you think of those?
Dude, Juggerduck getting protected prob whenever he uses Charge Flurry was pretty sick. He dished a lot of damage. Beta Ray Bill, like starting with Stormbreaker and then being able to remove it when you take damage and being like, nope, I'm not taking anything. You're taking damage. Shutting off Power Cosmic. I didn't have an Outwit on my teams. Didn't really matter.
Oh, sure.
But making it so they couldn't willpower was nice. So that was cool because I was against Captain Universe. It's like, well, I can't
dang.
outwit you,
That's pretty good.
but you don't get willpower. Beta Ray Bill was a lot of fun. The 25-point Star-Lord is sweet. Groot just popped off that game. Like
That full speed charge is so nice.
full speed charged. I was like, all right, Groot time. Just crit him. I was like, okay. Well, I guess you're taking like 6. So that was fun. The Guardians were another highlight. But I'll let you talk about your build, and then
Oh, for sure, yeah. We can get
we'll
into
talk
some,
about the most chaotic build afterwards.
Sure, dude. So Sunday, like I said, we played 400 points Golden Age. Everything had to be a theme team, though. So it had to be a named theme team. It couldn't swap over. It's like the old school for named, right? So it had to be like Avengers, Justice League, X-Men, Batman family. stuff
And
like
it couldn't be just any water. It had to be a named water.
that. Wow, I was waiting. You're playing around with that Liquid Death for a while. I was like, when is he cracking it?
Fiddling.
That was like
fiddling around.
43-ish minutes into the show. That might have been the longest Liquid Death.
It's a performance.
It really was.
art.
It was something else. So when I hear, I've got to play a theme team, it basically just means, okay, how can I play as many Captain Americas as possible? And also, because of the insane PTSD I got from Captain America in the ice, how can I make Captain America from the ice finally work from me and not make me want to cry myself to sleep? So Big thing on this team is I'm playing the Disney Plus Chase Sam Wilson Captain America. So his coolest thing is that he can go ahead and hypersonic speed. When he does, he chooses a hit character. After resolutions, he puts them adjacent to him, and then he gets to force blast them for free. So I've got a 10 square hypersonic speed. I got to go up, pull somebody from across the map, bring them back, and then kick them back into my force. So instead of giving him Red Wing and his Captain America shield, I gave him Mjolnir for free. So now he has a giant reach of 3, which just makes him way better. So now he's got a 13 square reach all on his own with the TK. So he's now a 17 square reach. So the entire map, except I actually one map each time, and I chose to play on the Majestics Nobi Cabin, the Evil Dead map that Miles Kane sent me. Since I was like, yeah, it's Golden Age, who cares? I'll play on a Majestics map, and it was a ton of fun. It was a really fun map to play on. And yeah, it's like Evil Dead, which is right up my alley. I love Evil Dead. So playing this Sam Wilson to bring him back, so now you're like, okay, you've got one guy hitting like a truck, bringing like their main person back. Who's going to eat that guy alive? Captain America's on Pegasus, obviously. Captain America on Pegasus with the free longsword, and then Captain America with Bucky's arm. They rocked. They ate people up. It rules. I love Captain America on Pegasus. I love playing them. They rock. And then because I wanted to play my boy Steve, I had to play Steve Rogers from Captain America and the Avengers in order to make Steve an Avenger and get him on the build. Because, yeah, I've got Sam Wilson, and then the 2 Captain Americas. They're all hypersonic speed pieces, so they're moving and attacking. So it works out pretty well. And then the Steve Rogers rare is expensive. He was expensive back then for 50 points to just cheat someone on. But he's got Living Legend, so he doesn't die crazy easily, and he's got Perplex, Sidestep, Leadership. He's a fine enough piece. And then I played the Scarlet Witch from War of the Realms for a cheap Avengers TK and a prop, so I could get Sam out there better. And then the piece that really made it run like perfectly was Sharon Carter from Captain America: The Avengers, because she has Leadership. If she is adjacent to a friendly character named Captain America or Steve Rogers, she and those characters increase the result of their D6 rolls for Leadership by +1.
No, you need that.
Yeah, dude.
You need that.
Bad.
You need that.
And there were turns where because of this, I got like 4 leaderships in a turn. And like was able to get them on click 7 like right away. So, and then of course I'm playing Captain America from the ice. And so, yeah, there were games where he popped out and he got him to click 1 or click 2. Like it ruled just being able to get him out super crazy fast with like all the leaderships. So I have, 1, 2, 3, 4 leaderships on this team, 4 50-50 leaderships, and I just keep them all like bundled together to the best of my ability. And it was pretty fun. I had Fortify to try to keep Sam Wilson, Captain America, alive, because if you've ever played this piece, he falls off really bad. Falls off terribly bad. I had Rivalry just in case. I don't even know if I ever flipped it, if I'm being honest, but I had it just in case, because like Avengers, a fairly common keyword. And then I had Assist from Another World, and then that was for Sam Wilson, so I had the cheaper Legacy card Captain America that would come in. I almost always had, each game I actually had more or the same amount of characters on my force when I would actually bring in the Legacy card Captain America. So I never made bystanders, but just a piece that's like a 12 for 4 hitting twice is really good to bring in, especially when Sam Wilson here was double token. So that was really fun. And then, like I said, I did play Beetlejuice on the sideline, and there were times where I just brought him in to destroy barrier, just to like make some space, clear the way. I had to play against that zombie Scarlet Witch, and on the Nobi cabin map, there's a lot of blocking
fitting.
Walls. It is very fitting, actually.
No.
Yeah. There's a lot of walls that only have one space of entry, and so her little make 4 barriers really really hurt. Also, playing old maps that don't have like the special transition squares when people are placing their terrain is just like straight up evil. Honestly.
That is evil.
So I feel like when you play Golden, maybe you shouldn't allow terrain, because some of these Golden maps were so clearly not designed with that in mind, and it's just like leads to some not fun games.
Or if you play Golden, you have to play on Wayne Manor.
Of course.
That is the best Heroclix map of all time. Nominated and award-winning 23 years in a row now.
I think my favorite Heroclix map that like me and my buddy Levi and I like we played primarily on, like how you and Luke played.
Yeah, let's meet me on the Manor, man.
We played on
Main?
Utopia West from Avengers vs. X-Men, and we love that map so much. Just a little bit of water, a little bit of hindering, a little bit elevated, a little bit indoor, a little bit outdoor.
I think we also played on that map a good amount. It's like the building on the side, right? Yeah. Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Building on the side with a beach and then a little bit of water.
Yep.
Yeah.
Played that map
that map so much.
quite a bit. There's one more too. Is like the Jean Grey School.
Oh sure.
That was also just pretty open, and like one side was like an entire building, just from square 4 to like 20.
Pretty sick.
So pretty much every game was just like, all right, I'll meet you on the elevated. We'll both kind of hide around this blocking, and then we'll just duke it out. But Wayne Manor, I mean, you've got the limousine on one side, you've got the Ferrari on the other, or is it a Corvette? I believe it's a Corvette, excuse me. Either way, I'm the limousine side, obviously. I get the extra square of hindering. Are you kidding me? That's the rules. And Luke is the Corvette.
That's so funny.
So yeah, greatest map in history, if you don't own that one. I also do just want to say in Florida, like when I just went up to the West Coast Clicks guys, what's their name?
Gulf Coast?
Gulf Coast, gosh.
Gulf Coast. Yeah,
I was going to say the purple jerseys. I love their jerseys.
They rock.
Apologies for not remembering the name of your team. But I just asked them, like, hey, could I borrow a map from you guys to, like, frame up the camera because we didn't have one? Random map from, big stack. It was Wayne Manor. I was like, man, this is meant to be.
That rocks.
Says, I got to just start bringing this with me. This needs to be my framing map. Which I think I have, like, 5 or 6 copies of that map because at one point...
That's hilarious.
Rainbow, the store we used to play at, they just had stacks and stacks and stacks of them. And when they'd get beaten up, they'd just give them away. So we'd show up every now and then and just take all these maps home. So that rocked. Still have a lot of those. Anyway.
Yeah, this team was a ton of fun. I went 3-0 with it, and I won Cinnamon. We've been slowly working our way through the DC Wild West OP kit. So I won Cinnamon or Batman, one of the two this week. And it was pretty fun. So it was a blast. I played against a Sinister Syndicate team. I did play against one Avengers team. And then I played against a Kryptonian team, which I took devilish delight in just destroying the Kryptonian team. Sorry, Tim, but how dare you play those nasty, filthy aliens in my beautiful American Heroclix game. So yeah, had to get rid of them. Had to crush them. Just relentless. Yeah, literally like their starter set Superman. I'm like, he can't be allowed to live. Exactly.
Your American Heroclix game.
That's my American Heroclix game. Red, white, blue.
Oh, man.
These colors don't run. Had to kill those Kryptonians, those dirty, nasty, disgusting characters with an S on their chest. Hate them. Hate seeing them.
I mean, I don't like them.
I can't stand them. Can't stand them.
No.
But yeah, so it
Not
was fun.
my
It was
clicks,
grand
man.
old Heroclix. I'm so bummed. We're finally playing 300 Modern in what feels like the longest time, and I'm not able to play.
Chase Booster on the
I
line.
know, Chase Booster on the line. And I won't be able to make it next Sunday. I'm so bummed.
Yeah, I mean, I have to host a big work event.
Shoot.
And because normally I'm like, I can get off early on Sundays, and it's, I mean, I'm excited for this too. Like, it'll be fun.
All right, Dragon Lair. Dragon's
But
Lair
they got
boys.
lucky.
You guys got a free win.
They got lucky.
You guys get a free win.
I would have cooked up something really stupid.
I know.
I've been making a lot of teams lately. Let me just look through my catalog, but actually, we're not going to talk about that quite yet because I do need to go back in time here, all the way to Black Panther, which was like October. I know, forever ago. Guys, Chaos King. I mean, I'm just amazed I haven't seen any dialogue on this piece. He's so fun. Chaos King at 250 legitimately is like one of the most fun one-man armies I've ever played, just like period. Every turn you're rolling a die 3 times. Random chaotic things are happening. So 1, you deal 1 unavoidable. 2, you get to heal. 3, you give an action token to everybody within range. 4, something. 5, free attack. 6, you get to place Chaos King within range again. So it's like he could be hopping across the map. He could be attacking like 2 or 3 times. He could be healing 4 clicks, 6 clicks, healing everything within 2. You choose the order for it. He deals 1 unavoidable on a 1, and that's a global effect as well. So it's like, I hate you. Take 1. Whatever. And gosh, man, so many times he'd get put down, like, he'd get burned through. He'd take like 6 damage. It's like, oh, geez. next turn chaos happens. It's like, no, we're chilling.
Chaos.
It's like I just double tokened your whole team because I rolled 2 3s. Now I'm chilling. Now I'm healing. Now I'm popping away. It was so fun. Now, again, it was a very casual setting, but I didn't lose with Chaos King. We played like 3 games where I was playing Chaos King at 250, and I was having a blast. Like, if you guys haven't tried this figure yet, seriously, go put him on a board. He is so fun. And so I was either playing him with Sandman, just because I wanted to, and so go tie him up with him, have Chaos King kind of chill. And then either that or I was playing him with Spider-Ham Prime to make it so he's like harder to shoot.
Sure, yeah.
Spider-Ham was popping in and out, helping with prob. Luke was playing a lot of the Spider-Man 2099 Prime, who's got that annoying bystander, who just, every time you use Perplex, Outwit, or Prob, he rolls a die. If the result is higher than your damage value, you don't get to do it. So the moment that bystander came out, the second I rolled a 1 with Chaos King, I'm like, get out of here. It's like, I don't want to deal with this. I hate this. Even though I have a 5 printed damage, no, we're not doing this. And then, Spider-Ham's a 3, so better odds there. But seriously, guys, go get a Chaos King if you don't own one. Go put him on the board and tell me you didn't have a great time.
Like fun.
This piece is so funny. And there was one time where Luke came very close to finally killing Chaos King. So he's got the Captain Universe on his stop click, and he's got the attack special where it's blades, but it deals unavoidable damage. And literally, he needs to roll anything but a 1 to kill me. And he rolled a 1. And then the next turn, I healed like 4 clicks, and I was like, all right, game over. Dealt him 1 unavoidable, the game was over. Like, it was so funny. That was great for me.
That's hilarious.
Excellent time for me.
But right on.
So Chaos King is the man. So, we can't talk about this team yet.
Well, I would say we keep rolling to some questions for the show.
I've got one more thing I want to bring up in regards to Sinister Syndicate. And then we'll be done just talking about this hodgepodge of, hey, here's what's cool and fun right now for us. I think people might be underlooking the Legacy Swarm.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So he's got the traded poison, which I think if you're building a Sinister Syndicate team, it's going to center around the power poison. And so he takes a maximum of 1 damage from attacks, can't be chosen for Mastermind, and can't be healed except by characters named B-Swarm. So he's got an attack special when Swarm damages 1 or more opposing characters. After resolutions, generate a B-Swarm bystander adjacent to a damaged character. And those B-Swarms, you guessed it, also have poison. So you can remove them from the map. You can remove 2 to heal him. But he's a 6-click dial. He's super senses shape change. He's only 60 points. Sinister Syndicate team ability to borrow attack values creates so much poison. And I think giving him something like the universal weapon, so, he can be your TK, he can be a pulse wave, you can pick energy explosion, and now you're a precision strike energy explosion because you're probably playing him with Norman Osborn. I think Swarm at 60, I actually really dig him. I think there's a number of equipment you could put on him to make him really work. Yeah. And then, again, stacking poison, if you have Sandman on the build, maybe the way to play him is that you don't really move Sandman up. You just keep him in stealth, keep him in your back line, and let the other harder to kill things on your team, or the more annoying things like the Mysterio illusions, do all the poison heavy lifting. And you have to get through to Sandman.
I like that.
So Swarm is a piece I'm looking at. The tentative build I have for a Sinister Syndicate team, which I don't know, maybe this is good, maybe it isn't. Sandman at 75, which that is probably incorrect. You probably want to play him at 50, whatever. Swarm with the universal weapon, the Spot with Hell Cycle, Mysterio Chase at 50, and then Norman Osborn. And that actually just adds up to 300 points. So 25 points of equipment. You could drop Sandman to 50, and you got 25 points to play with. Biggest issue, Beetlejuice literally just says, you can't poison.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of this stuff is kind of annoying to kill. It can get across the board. It's a team I want to play. So, yeah. And then the very last thing, I'm not going to go super in depth on this, but maybe because I keep coming back to this and you keep coming back to it too, the celebrity keyword.
I love the celebrity keyword though. It rocks.
Man, is the Legacy TV Spider-Man. Is he good enough? I can't remember his name.
50 points, it doesn't feel like
it. Doesn't feel like
it. Does not feel like he could be, honestly.
But man, you could play Jokester on a Spider-Man theme.
Family theme.
I kind of dig Jokester with the motorcycle. I think he could be
'cause
kind of
doesn't have any
fun.
movement. What does he have, like plasticity top down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, the amount of perplex that celebrity has, like every other keyword
Dude, it's ridiculous.
struggles to get perplex. Celebrity has Madison, Space Ghost, Jokester, Kevin, like an absurd
multiple
amount.
perplexes. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like so the main things I look at with celebrity is like Kong, Kevin,
Of course.
now Mysterio, now Space Ghost, and then more recently like the Harley Quinn chase. Like there's a lot of good celebrities. I just don't know if they work well enough together. And again, they just get bodied by Beetlejuice because your best power, the perplex, like perplex maxing, Beetlejuice just says you don't get to do that. So while I want celebrity to work, I don't think it's quite there. We'll see. But maybe TV Spider-Man can somehow blend in some Spider-Man figures to hopefully give it more of an edge. Either way, it's fun. Try throwing it on the board. But if you're playing Swarm, let me know. I want to know about your Swarm team. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Next up, you guys, we have questions from the show. This comes from our Discord. If you want to support all the amazing, fun, cool things that we do here on Dial H for HeroClix, consider joining our Patreon, patreon.com/DialH podcast. You can join for as little as $5 a month. Gets you access to our Discord. Have, a fun time hanging out with two cool boys. We jump into the voice chat every once in a while.
That'll really
We
sell
hang
'em.
out. Yeah.
You want to hang out with two cool boys?
Cool boys.
Here's where you can do it at.
And it's only $5 a month. Wow. But yeah, our Discord's a really fun time. We have an amazing Discord community. You've heard me say it all before. All these questions are from people that support us over on Patreon, and we thank them so much. Mr. Bozo Mancer asks, what is the best pasta type, and what would its power set be in HeroClix? Only one power for each combat value. Okay, speed, attack, defense, damage.
I'm a big fan of like angel hair pasta.
Oh, it's so thin.
I like,
thin
but
and
dude, but
wispy.
you can just wrap
I
it
don't
around
know
that
if I love
fork,
that.
get a nice bite of pasta. The spiral shaped pasta as well. That's an elite pasta shape. I don't know what you call that. Is
I
that?
don't know. I want to find like a...
I don't like the penne pasta. Pen pasta.
I love these. I love bow ties. I think they rock.
Sure.
I'm a big bow tie fan. This is just Velveeta. This is just what Velveeta is.
The spiral pasta shape
It's
just
pretty cool.
it's there.
I like these guys a lot. Is that penne? Is that what
I think I'm saying it right. Maybe we're gonna get roasted.
some Italian person's gonna be like, what in the
Yeah,
world?
what is going
I
on?
like fettuccine. I guess I like fettuccine the most, right? That flat. Right? That's the noodle, and Alfredo's the sauce. Yeah. So fettuccine is probably my favorite.
I dig fettuccine
I think
noodles
I
too.
think most pasta. I think if it's a long pasta, it instantly gets plasticity though.
Yeah, I'm
I
down
feel
with
like-
that.
I feel like plasticity is kind of a must if it's a longer pasta versus like a shorter pasta.
Incapacitate, because after you eat
That
this,
feels
dude,
right?
unless
Yeah.
you're like a biker, those people like a bicyclist, a
Oh,
cyclist,
sure, a carb load. Yeah. Okay.
those guys can just tank pasta. They've got precision strike
What's a real
against
real
pasta.
stringy defense power? ESD super senses.
I don't think so. I think
Yeah.
a defense power for pasta.
Yep. This is where we're at. This is what.
Okay.
Shout out Alfredo's.
I think just
from-
blank defense. You need sauce, dude. We don't have any sauce on this. This is just so the sauce could maybe provide defense to the pasta via a trait, but I'm not seeing anything for just the pasta.
I mean, yeah, if you're getting classic red sauce,
It's a
right, that's
plasticity
super
in
sensitive.
cap, and then because it's pasta, it's probably shape change.
Yeah,
It can be so many different things.
get moved around. Yeah,
But yeah, I
think
dig.
that's fair for pasta.
I think in general, I like the longer noodles.
I prefer
yeah.
the longer noodles over the shorter ones for sure, 100%. Unless it's like a mix of the short ones. When it's like the penne, the bow tie, the few of the other, like when it's like a combobulation of all the short ones, that's kind of fun.
Sure.
You
Yeah, I
know?
don't hate it.
But just if it's just one style of them, like if it was just bow
I just like
ties,
spinning it around the fork and getting a big.
that's the
big
funnest,
bite.
that's the most
yeah.
fun thing to do. Yeah, that's classic pasta right there.
Yeah.
It's just classic life. Wes asks, if they made an iconic set based off characters played by the same actor or actress, which actor would it be and which of their characters, if you had to choose one, right?
Also, only superheroes or all?
I think
roles?
we're just saying like we choose an actor, and then what would their iconic set be based off using their roles? So if I said, like, I want my actor to be Robert Pattinson, his iconics is going to be, like, Mickey 17, The Batman.
Oh, so just all their movies, sure.
Dude from The Lighthouse, right? Like, that's who I chose as my actor. So who would I choose? I mean, Nicolas Cage. Sorry. That's just such a good pick, dude. You get Ghost Rider, you get Big Daddy from Kick-Ass, and you get
Renfield.
He's Dracula. And then I would choose Willy. I would choose his character from Willy's Wonderland, 100%. That dude rocks.
You get crazy vampire Nicolas Cage as well, again, in My Date with a Vampire.
You get Face Off Nicolas Cage. Crazy shape change on Face Off.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage. Face Off John Travolta.
You get just like Nicolas Cage in The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
That's a good one. A little sideline act of Nicolas Cage. A little.
You get Spider-Man Noir.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man Noir. Yeah, I think Nicolas Cage is a goated
that's a really good one.
Iconics, yeah.
Michael Fassbender could get some cool ones.
Okay.
So you get Magneto. You get the Alien vs. Predator kind of
Prometheus.
Not Prometheus.
Which one was he?
Or wait, is it Prometheus? No, it's not Prometheus. It's Covenant.
Okay,
where he's like the evil twin. That Netflix movie where he was an assassin most recently. You get Assassin's Creed. You get. I just learned that. Yeah, that's right. Dang right. Jared Leto. You get Joker, Morbius.
You get Morbius. You get the drug addict brother from Lord of War.
You get Dallas Buyers Club.
That's
not a great
one.
For
Nicolas Cage, you get the Lord of War also.
Which is actually a good one. Really Another point, Nicolas Cage. How about Robert Downey Jr.? Is he anything cooler than Iron Man?
You get Sherlock Holmes. You get Iron Man. You get Dr. Dolittle, which failed horribly.
Oh.
You get his character from Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder,
sorry. Whatever.
Don't disgrace him like that.
It's been, dude, 2008 was forever, yeah.
It's like one of the best comedies of all time.
It's really good, yeah. Tropical Thunder. Come on, man. I saw that, like...
Tom Cruise, does he have some great ones? Probably not, maybe.
Who is he? Is he Bourne or is he the other one?
I can't. All right, fine. We'll skip Tom Cruise.
What? He's like Mission Impossible.
Did you just ask if he was Jason Bourne?
Well, he's
Mission Impossible.
All those action movies are like the same. Jason Bourne, Mission Impossible. Those are all like the same.
You'd get a Scientologist version of him
running around. We have to stop missile or evil government. We have to go run around.
They're not my favorite kind of movie either.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Keanu Reeves.
Okay, sure.
Get the Matrix.
You get Matrix. You get John
Bill
Wick.
And Ted's Adventure.
Is he Bill or is he Ted?
I don't even know.
Yeah,
I've watched that movie when I was like 12. And I feel like that's one where you rewatch it and go, this is not great. You get Matt Reed's favorite movie. Yeah. I rewatch that like every year. It's like, why?
Painful. That was really painful.
It's kind of a fun watch. Man, this is fun.
I do like this.
Kevin Hart.
Dude, Shia LaBeouf gets to be the kid Sam Witwicky from Transformers. He gets to be
Stanley Yelnats from Holes.
Yeah, from Holes. He gets to be the dude from Fury in the tank, right? That one. And he gets to be the one cool guy with the shotgun in Peanut Butter Falcon, which is a really good movie if you've never seen Peanut Butter Falcon.
I mean, Christian Bale, dude. You get Batman, you get
Batman,
Gore.
You get American Psycho, you get Gore the God.
Yeah. Oh, American Psycho, yeah.
You get to be...
The Machinist. Some just very skinny guy. Just emaciated man.
Who was he in Terminator Salvation? Was he just John Connor in Terminator Salvation?
I don't think I even watched that, if I'm being honest.
His famous freak out on set was in Terminator Salvation. Christian Bale in that one.
I was mainly just thinking Batman and Gore. I was like, that's
Batman
solid.
And Gore is solid iconics.
He was also in... Oh, gosh. It was like one of the first movies he was ever in.
Yeah,
I watched
Newsies.
Yeah, the Newsies. There you
go. Christian Bale in Newsies.
Oh, my gosh. I can't remember what it is. I had to watch this movie in like English class, though, and I was like, "Oh, Christian Bale,
Hugh Jackman, right? Hugh Jackman.
Oh, there you go. So many Wolverines.
You get The Greatest Showman.
Yeah.
The dad from Real Steel.
The Prestige.
The Prestige.
Yeah.
You get Van Helsing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay, this is a contender. We've got a contender now.
Good.
Jeez. You get that one where he was a principal, but then he's doing some stuff that I probably shouldn't share on this show.
I don't even know.
And he gets in trouble for that. He's like living a double life.
Oh, okay.
What's that movie with him and Jake Gyllenhaal? Prisoners. You seen that one?
No.
Whereas like kids get kidnapped.
No, that's
No,
not, if I'm being honest.
that's a really good movie.
Okay.
But you get that character.
I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mr. Freeze, the Terminator.
It's hot. It's
Just
cold, but
that
that's
alone,
hot.
That alone is pretty good. The dad from Jingle All the Way.
Okay.
Love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, AKA like Turbo Man. Him and Turbo Man.
There you go.
Arnold's not a bad pick. So, I mean, Sylvester Stallone, you get Rambo and you get Rocky.
That's a dynamic duo.
Just that double right there alone. For
That's
Sylvester
really good.
Stallone is so strong.
Man, I know we're forgetting somebody
We
that's
have to
just
be,
such a
right?
slam dunk pick, and that's why I'm scared to move on.
I mean, Margot Robbie, you get Harley Quinn, you get Barbie, and I, Tonya.
And the
One
wife
girl
in Wolf of Wall
from-
Street.
Yeah, Wolf of Wall Street. The random actress from what was that movie called? It was the Hollywood. She's in it. It's called something Hollywood.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Thank you. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Thank you so much. Oh my god.
I think that's
No, that's it.
that's it.
correct.
It is
You got
okay.
it. Yeah.
Excellent.
I mean,
Man.
Brad Pitt also in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You get him.
Brad Pitt's he's
Fight
got
Club.
a solid list.
You get Bullet Train.
Oh gosh. I mean, even Chris Evans. You get Human Torch. You get Captain America. You get Snowpiercer.
Second ex-boyfriend, Snowpiercer.
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah. That's actually, Chris Evans.
Chris Evans is a solid one.
He was actually a voice actor for Casey Jones in like the 2003.
Get Casey
So,
Jones?
Casey Jones is a good get, too.
I don't. You can take Scott Porter.
I would take the guy from Knives Out. Who is that even, though? Just Racer X?
No, he's voice acted so many characters.
Sure. I guess, you get Star-Lord.
He's kind of a
get
cheat
Bucky.
code.
Yeah, if you do the voice acting. you'll
Yeah, that
get,
one
like,
felt like a cheat
that is
answer.
kind of a cheat,
I mean, you
isn't it?
can literally have Scott Porter because he's been a Heroclix at this point. So
Also
also
just
very meta
that
answer.
gets re-released. Yeah.
Man, you could do is it Ryan Reynolds who was Free Guy?
Ugh, that was awful.
Your favorite movie?
I hate, dude.
That movie sucked.
Oh, it's so bad. Free Guy,
Channing
Deadpool, Green Lantern. Okay, Channing Tatum is what? Magic Mike
Gambit?
in Gambit? That's
21 Jump Street?
21 Jump Street. Oh, yeah. My name, yeah.
Okay, what about Wesley Snipes? King of New York.
Oh, okay.
And also the one where he fights Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, yeah, dude. Demolition
Demolition Man.
Yeah, which is another
Blade.
good one for Sylvester Stallone. Oh, Sylvester Stallone gets Demolition Man, Judge Dredd, Rocky, and Rambo. That's such a good four-pack, dude.
Yeah, that's a
That's
four.
so good.
That's good. Okay, so Nicolas Cage is still leader. I think Chris Evans is a dark horse in this. He's got some solid
good
legs to
dark horse
stand
pick.
on.
I like the
I
idea.
think Christian Bale's got a pretty solid, pretty stout, like top
Yeah.
3, top 4 there. I mean, a little bias, obviously. Kevin Hart.
What do you want? What do you mean, Kevin Hart?
What do you,
The
dude?
guy from Jumanji? And
Yeah.
What else is Kevin Hart?
Get Smart or Get Hard? Is that what it was?
Get Hard,
Where him
yeah, he was
and
in
Will
Get
Ferrell
Hard.
go. That movie's so dumb.
Okay, now Will Ferrell. You get Elf. You get
Okay.
the Land Before Time or whatever movie that
Ricky
was.
Bobby would
You get
be
Ricky
so
Bobby, Talladega
broken.
Nights. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that'd be insane. I mean, you get Anchorman.
Oh yeah, dude. Ron
That's
Burgundy.
insane. He would have to have a sideline ability to call in all his friends.
Yeah.
I mean,
Will Ferrell could be.
I think in Nicolas Cage, I think he's up there. I think it's either him or Christian Bale for me. Christian Bale's got, like American Psycho would actually be pretty sick.
really sick. I think it's between Nicolas Cage and Sylvester Stallone for me. Just because
Sylvester Stallone's
just
really
saying
good.
that 4-pack, I'm just like, that is so iconic. That's so good.
Christopher Lee, the person who played Count
Oh,
Dooku.
dang.
Oh my gosh, that guy! He's
Yeah.
been Dracula so many times you don't even
He's
know.
Count
He's
Dooku.
literally that's where he started, man.
Dracula, evil wizard Sauron, whatever one he is. in
whatever
Lord
he
of the
is
Rings.
in Lord of the Rings.
And then of course Miguel from Captain America 2, Death Too Soon.
There you go, dude.
What a dude! Christopher Lee is kind of the pick. He's
Christopher
kind of the
Lee's crazy.
choice.
What about like Ian McKellen?
Okay,
Has he been in enough stuff?
I mean Magneto and Gandalf. I don't
those
know.
are pretty dang
Really
good.
good. No, they're good picks, but I don't know what else besides that. Honestly, if I'm being real.
Yeah, I don't have a ton of info on him. I respect him. Please don't hate.
Yeah,
I don't know
please don't
everything
hate.
about movies.
Don't hate.
gosh, there's going to be so many people like, how did you not mention so-and-so, especially with how long we've talked about this. I'm trying to get in my bag here. Going for some deep cuts, maybe. Oh, dude, Sean William Scott.
Bulletproof Monk, the Goon, role models.
That's all you need, dude.
That's it, dude.
Yeah, Sean William Scott is the winner,
Oh, wow.
and we will be
Sean
moving
William
on.
Scott, how could we not?
In my bag today.
Easily.
In my bag today.
Wes then goes on to ask, what is the most overrated power in the PAC? And then he adds his own little caveat here. And why is it Mastermind? It's not. I don't think Mastermind's overrated. I think Super Senses is
I think Mastermind
overprinted.
is just... oh, that's not the question.
That's not the question. What's overrated?
Mastermind is situationally amazing. Especially like if you're in a meta where it's not accounted for, or if you have Mastermind at range, Mastermind's absurdly good. But it's not always good. The most overrated power right now? Oh, what are we rating too high these days?
Probably Pulse Wave.
Yeah, I mean,
I
Pulse
could
Wave
see
has
Pulse
definitely
Wave.
like gone through an identity shift.
It feels less effective. It feels like... I
Well,
don't know.
Pulse Wave just has a different role now. You know, and if we go back 5 years, it was, all right, this is what I'm going to use to
Yeah,
deal
but you
7
could
damage through
single-
everything.
Yeah, when you could just single blast somebody and just delete them off the map. It felt dirty, don't get me wrong. And it sucked to be on the receiving end of that.
So, like, that's what it used to be, right?
Yeah.
And then it moved into, you know, we still kind of saw it. It was used offensively, but it moved into more of a support power.
Yeah, shutting down effects and things
Shutting
like
off
that.
durations is the big thing that makes Pulse Wave good. So, it's good on lower point figures. It's kind of upsetting to see on higher point figures.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Pulse Wave, I think you could say. How about Smoke Cloud? How you feeling about that with
Dude,
all the
it's
free
just
Smoke
annoying.
Cloud?
Oh my gosh.
Is it overrated?
Annoying.
It's
really
annoying.
It's time consuming.
Time consuming.
Is it overrated? No, probably not overrated.
No, probably not overrated. Maybe Mind Control.
Yeah, sure.
Because Mind Control, so many times it's like, oh, you know, I'll just take their team, I'll mess them up with their
Well,
own
unless
team.
it-
But you
unless-
have to
yeah.
hit multiple rolls for that to
Yeah.
happen.
I can see Mind Control being overrated.
I think Pulse Wave's a good answer. You know, actually, crazy thought here. Hypersonic speed. Am I wrong here?
Okay.
I mean, you can equip it for 15 points. How often does that actually happen? Until
Never.
spot.
And people still don't really...
When this came out, people were like, this should never happen.
Yeah.
And I agreed with them, too. I was like, yeah, equipable hypersonic is kind of wild.
That's a good point.
But when you think about the mobility that you can create with so many different avenues, hypersonic most of the time is like, you don't really need it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say hypersonic, locking it in.
Fair enough. I'm going to say Pulse. I'll lock you in Pulse Wave. Eli asks, how excited are you for Hasselhoff to reprise his role as Nick Fury for Avengers Doomsday? Was he on there?
Did he hear the first 15 minutes of this show before I asked? I'm
I
kidding.
guess not. How could he have not listened to it before asking?
In all honesty, that does sound really cool. I didn't know that this was happening.
I didn't realize.
I hope
he
we're
was
not
gonna
getting
be in it
memed
either.
right now.
I hope not either. I looked at I rewatched it. I don't think I saw David
No.
Hasselhoff's name in the back of this.
I think Eli's memeing us.
I think he might be memeing us a little bit. That'd be sick though.
But man, I didn't know who Nick Fury was. In this story, I'm probably 4 or 5 years old, and the Clobbering Time unique Nick Fury, where he's got the 2 guns and the cigar hanging out of his
yeah,
mouth,
dude.
and he's in that blue costume with the white tactical gear.
like the shield
Dude,
outfit.
that's my favorite look for S.H.I.E.L.D. is when they have too many pouches, too many straps, blue with the white.
rocks.
So that version of Nick Fury, that's the one I knew. And then, we transitioned into the Samuel L. Jackson Nick Fury over the next 4 or 5 years.
Black.
And I was always kind of
Grays, dark colors, yeah.
yeah, more like casual, just kind of like he's the boss Nick Fury, not so much like boots on the ground fighting Nick Fury.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, the Nick Fury that I knew, I was always so confused on why did he get changed? What happened? So to see that Nick Fury again, or that style of it, I'd love to see Taskmaster in the same style too. Yeah, if that is true, if you're not memeing us, Eli, I do like that. I think that's
that a
really
lot.
cool.
And then Wes asks, what is a pre-Silver Age set, so before Superior Foes of Spider-Man, that you would like to see remade?
Ooh, so many.
With stats, powers, and point costs updated for the current game. It's the same set list, it's just modernized. Dang, dude.
DC 75th immediately comes to mind. So many cool things there. I'd love to see the White Lanterns back as like a whole group. Amazing Spider-Man. So many cool Spider-Man alternates. Dracula, Werewolf, Mummy, Brother Voodoo. Like awesome stuff there. The Iron Spider. The original Avengers set list honestly had some really solid characters in it.
Bring back Cap and Bucky.
Dude, Cap and Bucky, yeah. The original Super Rare Winter Soldier, the Super Rare Ares. Like, if you updated all those characters...
Oh, yeah, dude. Even just, like, the commons and stuff. It had, like, Luke Cage, Moon Knight, Black Panther, like...
The Robot Human Torch.
It had some Ultimates.
Dragon Man.
Yeah, it had some Ultimates
standalone Bucky.
Yeah.
Ronin.
That actually is such a good set list to bring
GSX, too, man. GSX had such good... I mean...
Crisis. I like Crisis coming back.
Yeah, there was some solid stuff in there.
I'd be down for the 2014 Deadpool set's got such a special place in my heart. I love that set. I would love to see that back. I would love to see, obviously, the 2011 Captain America set, almost just for Mr. Immortal.
Yeah.
Give me Mr. Immortal back. Give me Dirk Anger back.
Yeah, give me... Oh, man. Please give me Mr. Immortal back.
God,
I don't care how you do it. Even if it's just a legacy card, if I have one request for this game, it's that. I would love to put him back on the board.
I love 2011 Cap set. A lot of good generics. Hydra, Shield, Nomad is in there. We got like another great Batroc, a cool Falcon, but Mr. Immortal, Squirrel Girl, Doorman.
I veto this one. This set.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
What do you mean, why? This set rocks.
This set had, like, 2 things I liked in it.
Oh, no. This set at the time was really... I'm saying the character selection is great in this set, though, but the power levels were so bad.
Yeah.
At the time...
You know what? I'll give you that.
The power levels in this set were so bad, but, like, Baron Strucker, Baron Zemo, Red Skull, MODOK, heck yeah.
I mean, the ones you just listed, I'm all pretty mid on. The Red Skull sculpt was amazing.
These are all great sculpts. Baron Strucker sculpt, that's a sick sculpt. Baron Zemo...
I just don't really care about
Baron. On this parapet...
trust me, I know about Baron Zemo. Have I never talked about this piece? Have I never talked about...
I don't know.
All right.
You represent Baron Zemo? Because I represent
pull him up. I'm going to talk about him. Let me tell the listeners.
Please do, because I love this piece.
If Luke's listening to this... Dude, I played this piece so much. So back when Masters of Evil just used to give Colossal Stamina, which if you don't know what that is because it's dead now, if you were double tokened, you could choose to do another action, and then you would take Unavoidable afterwards and then not clear for the turn. But Baron Zemo had, whenever a friendly character uses the Masters of Evil team ability, you roll a d6, and it can't be rerolled. On a 4 through 6, that team ability does not deal the 1 unavoidable damage. So I would play them, we'd play 400, 500 point games. And at the time, Masters of Evil were just all wildly overcosted.
Yeah.
Like so many of them. That team ability just had to inflate the heck out of their cost every single time. But I would play them, and every time that I would do the Masters of Evil roll for it, because I would, I'd beat my friends using these teams. They'd get annoyed by it. I would cue to the invisible studio audience. I'd say, "What's that, studio audience? I'm not taking it." I'd roll a 4 through 6. Geez. And that is
so funny.
As far as that goes, like he's basically a show host, man. Legacy, if we're going REV, man, that's when the KC figures were first introduced. The classic, like DC Ares, the better one. Ra's al Ghul, the Legacy.
Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion would be a great choice,
That'd
too.
Be an awesome set to come back.
Dude, the Batman with the head that popped off, though, like the underwater Batman.
Oh, yeah.
That piece was so good. Arkham Asylum. Okay, War of Light, duh.
War of Light, obviously. Oh my gosh, so obvious.
I think Secret Invasion right now is a hot answer because I'm scroll starved at the moment. I'd like to see scrolled characters more. Kind of in the same way where I wanted Black Lanterns for a long time, and now that we have gotten them, I'm like, all right, I'm satisfied. Yeah. I'm not that diehard of a fan. Collect them when the time comes.
Especially when the last Super Skrull was Empire, and that was just they did my boy Klurt so dirty.
Oh, dude, they took him out back.
We need to get
bundled him and Taskmaster together, and they said, "Pew, pew." Yeah.
All the captains in that set were just tough.
They were. I mean.
Him, Taskmaster.
And I think it hurt
Magneto.
especially bad because, we saw... You remember the preview they did for that? Where it was, Taskmaster, Super Skrull, Beast, ever. Venom Magneto, Venom Wolverine, yeah. And I saw that Super Skrull sculpt, and this is coming off of Fantastic Four Super Skrull, who was
oh,
my God.
So good.
Swag Unlimited. bawling out of control.
Rocked.
We both absolutely loved that figure. And then Emotional Modifier came out. Aside the point, the sculpts for him and Taskmaster were so good. Like, the best they've ever been for their respective characters.
Yeah.
And then their dials were probably the worst for their respective characters.
Some of the worst dials ever.
Taskmaster has always been good. And that one just... Yeah, I'm glad that mechanic's dead. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Super Skrull having in-cap on top tile?
So messed up, dude. Why?
Of everything? How?
That's wrong.
Clart, I'm so sorry.
Claire.
Clart,
They did you dirty, boy.
Clart Wagner. Oh, I haven't said this one on this show yet. Luke, if you're listening, other Luke, I know you are. I am again requesting my photoshopped image of Skrulder Ness.
What?
Just make his chin like huge.
Gross.
You know, Skrulls have that.
Dude. Yeah.
Skrulder Ness.
Skrulder Ness. What? In
You
the
can make
world?
me a Skrull too, but I don't have a funny play on word.
Skrullian.
Eggle Skrull.
Skrulder Ness. Oh my god.
Skrulder Ness.
Fear Itself could be a fun set brought back into modern.
Sure.
I did really enjoy Fear Itself. It's a lot of cool sculpts. One of my favorite Marvel storylines ever.
I loved pulling Kurth and Sealed 3 times.
Oh my gosh, that's so disgusting.
He was the man.
Dude, this Juggernaut Colossus getting remade.
You remember when he was like $200?
Yeah, he was stupid expensive.
I picked him up, I think last year for $3, and I was thrilled. And he still sits on the shelf. Yeah, what a cool version of Juggernaut. This is the one where
Crazy that this power, with all these caveats to charge twice, was just stupid busted at the time.
Dude,
So,
it rocked.
He was worth so much money, but yeah.
I bodied him multiple times
Colossus
with Kurth,
can
though,
use
to be
charge
clear. It's like,
when
yeah,
he's
you're taking
given
like
an
9.
action to use charge. If he has no action tokens and an opposing character takes damage after action resolve, he can use charge as a free action. All of that, but it's like, dude, that's so insanely good. What? He can charge twice, but you had to meet all these weird prerequisites to even allow it. But yeah, but he still rocked.
A quick shout out to the text cleanup they've done for this game.
Dude, no kidding, yeah. Just to make it all caps charge instead of just Colossus can use charge, right? Like, just that saves so much time.
We should
all of this.
pull up Molecule Man real quick. Not the one people know and love or know and hate. The one from Avengers.
Oh, jeez.
Let's just read some old text and then we'll close out this show.
Dude, this is painful. This small.
I've got two examples.
Look at this, dude.
Once per turn as a free action, Molecule Man can choose one of the following options, and then there's like a list of options. And then there's for all options, the target must be 6 or fewer squares away from Molecule Man, and he must have a clear line of fire to the target. Like, there's so much text.
Yeah.
Pull up, what is it, Jericho? This guy,
Jericho.
I think that was his name from Justice
You
League.
putting up walls right now? What is this? Jericho.
I believe that is his name. Yeah, from Crisis.
Crisis?
Dude, look at
What
this
is this?
guy. Listeners at home, pull this figure up. This is so absurd, dude.
This can't be real. Oh, that's his card? That's what his card looked like? Brother.
So, again, shout out to WizKids for cleaning up text.
What is this?
Read it. What is it? Tell us what Jericho does,
Give
guys.
Jericho a power action. Make a close combat or ranged combat attack. So this could be power, range, or close, or just range or close. As if he has a range value of 4. He could have just gave him a range value of 4. Against an opposing target character as a free action. Give him a power action to make a close range combat attack as a free action. A successful attack deals no damage. Instead, remove Jericho from the battlefield and put him on his character card. The target is possessed, becomes friendly to your force, and opposing to its owner's force, and any of the target's canceled powers return. What? Okay. After the resolution of any action given to the target, you can release the target, remove all action tokens from the target, and put Jericho in any unoccupied square within 4 squares to which the target has a clear line of fire. The target becomes friendly to its owner's force and opposing to yours. Jeez, and there's more. If the target is possessed at the end of your turn, roll a d6 and add 1 to the result for each 100 points or fraction thereof, in parentheses, of the target's point value. If the result is 6 or more, the target is released. If the result is 5 or less, deal Jericho 1 unavoidable
You
damage.
lose no matter what.
Each time the possessed target takes damage, deal Jericho 1 unavoidable damage. Jeez, so many instances of... After the action is resolved, any effect that can counter the target's powers can counter Jericho's possession. If Jericho is eliminated or possession is countered or canceled, these aren't even terms. The target is immediately released. Jericho and the possessed characters can't be targeted by mind control or possession.
All of this just to be 8 nothings, 10 special, 17 willpower, 2 perplex, and he was 126 points. When I tell you this may be one of the worst Heroclix of all time for so many reasons.
This is so awful. For this weird permanent mind control that's like...
How many words is on that? Highlight that, throw it in a document, let's figure it out. That's got to be like, I don't know, a couple hundred?
That's ridiculous is what it is, dude. What in the world?
So yeah, Jericho back in the day, if you were lucky enough to pull him in sealed, you had one less figure to build with. It made building easier.
Yeah, no kidding.
And then do tools. In the top left there next to format.
Oh, I see.
And then
word count.
Yeah, we'll do a little word count. 241
words
to essentially just KO yourself.
This is awful. Wow, dude.
So when you guys
have
have some
so
questions
good
on rules
nowadays.
with like Heroclix powers, just know it used to be so much worse. And thankfully this guy was like never meta because yeah, as Kalder pointed out, none of these were terms. Getting released, eliminated, canceled.
Yeah, I've never seen canceled.
Dang, cancel
before.
culture hit Heroclix way,
way
before.
Dude.
Jericho is out there.
Countered was at least a term to like counter powers that was like not an outwit or whatever. Like canceled.
Yeah. And it's basically like throughout the power, just
what
like
in the Magic the Gathering.
if you're still
canceling my
breathing
effect?
at the end of your turn,
Yeah.
Jericho takes one unavoidable. If
There's,
Jericho
like, two
even
different instances
thought about
of
hitting the
him
board,
taking unavoidable damage, which by the way, they don't need to be unavoidable. He doesn't reduce anything. It could have just been damage.
it is so funny that it's give Jericho a power action and make a close combat or ranged combat attack as a free action.
As a free action, yeah, this is ridiculous. Why that doesn't need to be a free action. That can just be the power action makes that happen, and then everything hinges off of that. That just does not need to be a.
Let's scroll down. Let's look
Dude,
at some
this is
comments for Jericho.
painful.
Let's see what people had to say. Let's read the first
The
one.
worst designed figure ever is a forum that he's on, which is so correct. The very first comment ever, March 1st, 2008, by Bill. 4935.
Oh, a burner.
Possession, a failed experiment that WizKids had to try twice. Who's the second piece? Parasite
Dead
/
man.
Adaptoid. I call it a failure because IMO, it's too complex, fragile and finicky a power to use in a fast-paced game as it adds about 80 points to figure's cost of the dial. Can't say anything good about this guy. Look at his awful costume. Oh man, that's just kind of mean to Jericho. Comic accuracy gets a 5 because I hated the character model. The build was kind of mean.
Extremely underrated. What? The power may seem
Maximum.
pretty wordy, but it boils down to the fact that it's basically mind control without feedback damage. That's a lie.
There's so much damage.
And you can make more than one action. It can also be great against power cosmic quintessence as you possess them, make them turn off their TA. Oh gosh. What a dark time for Heroclix.
Yeah.
Unpossess them and outwit the powers. Wow, that's a great use of 126 points. Even in this era, it is not. Looking at his possessor ability, he still has a pretty good dial. High attack, perplex, exploit weakness, and combat reflexes, plus willpower means he can use his possession without taking damage. Wow. What a steal, and that was Maximum Mayhem.
Thanks, Maximum Mayhem. These are such long comments for, I guess, a long piece.
Yeah, okay.
Invisible is calling it an easy win versus one-man armies, which I guess, yeah, if I can possess you without...
I think Adaptoid and Deadman both had possession. So this was on multiple figures, but he was the worst one of them.
Possession is such an underestimated ability. Jericho is way better than Deadman. The willpower is what makes him shine, giving him the ability to body hop next turn after successfully held possession. Pancake Man, get out of here, dude.
These are written in 2010, yeah.
2010, yeah.
The game was different back then, guys, but, There's a handful of figures we can point to where it's just like the text on this is so wild. But I think I would love to hear if you guys have a wilder one. I think this is the wildest one. But it's so funny. Like, if you look at special text back in the day, so much of it is just like, and then perform this and do this. And also you can do this, but only if this.
There's like, I think it's like a Green Arrow who just has like a defense power that gives him range combat expert. Like, it's really...
Oh, yeah, Starro Green Arrow.
There's really one of
It's the Justice League 102.
Is it this one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, can you smoke?
Smoke Arrow, defense
He just
power.
has a defense power that gives him a smoke cloud, which I always think is really funny.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much weird... Yeah, like, special powers in their early conception were just kind of wonky.
I remember hearing about them at the comic shop, being like, yeah, they're going to come with cards, and there's, like, special powers now. I was like, how does that even... What do you mean? I was like, so they could do potentially anything? It's like, yeah. This was just flurry at range, which...
This power rocked. Fusillade, this power rules.
Oh, yeah. The 10 range Green Arrow from Justice League, absolute bomb. Played him a ton. Batman and Green Arrow from Brave and the Bold, awful. Honestly, a majority of the Brave and Bold duos, terrible. But I do fondly look at them.
Really bad, but they look cool.
I do love them. Cool. I do love that Flash and Green Arrow. I do love the... Green Lantern, sorry, excuse me.
Old Heroclix.
We could go on and on about this, but we don't need to tonight.
Just go to sleep.
I agree. We should watch Assassin's Creed, Colton.
I agree. We should watch Venom 3: The Last Dance.
I'm in. I told you, today's a self-care day.
Let's do it.
Self-care.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to Dial H for Heroclix. If you enjoyed the trip that was this podcast, let us know.
There was no through line here. We were just kind of
ripping. We were just kind of going through it.
Oh, there is one more thing too.
Oh yeah. Oh hey, how about that?
Yeah, I brought it in here. WizKids was kind enough to send us over the Heroclix Iconics first appearance, the X-Men, which is very, very cool. You can pre-order it right now directly on their website if you want, or through your local game store, I'm sure. Looking at this in hand, the sculpts, fantastic.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Gosh, they're so cool. But we will do some visual stuff for that. I just wanted to quickly mention that I really dig it. I love this old school Magneto look. And WizKids, if you guys are still listening, anytime you sculpt a Magneto, please do it this way, where when you have the helmet, you can see like the dark lines under his mask as opposed to his eyes. He looks so much more menacing. Yeah. So that's it. We will do some more on that. Heroclix USA has already done a video unboxing that if you want to check out the dials for it. But we will do some stuff as well, and who knows, maybe it might end up in the hands of one of you guys down the line. Ooh. It's typically what happens with a lot of the stuff that they send us. So, all right, Calder, sorry.
No worries. No worries at all. Right on. Well, guys, thank you so much for listening to the show. Like always, if you want to support us, go ahead and check out Dial H Podcast on Patreon. But a great way to support us for free is to just leave a review of the show. Leave a comment if you're listening to this on YouTube. And share it with your friends, your play group, your buddies. Help grow the show, help grow the podcast, and just, help us out. If you want to send us an email, you can do so at dialhforheroclix@gmail.com. Ask us some listener questions, or just say, hey guys, what's up, fellas? I appreciate the work you do. All of that is good. Give us a like on Facebook at Dial H for Heroclix Podcast on Facebook, and check out some of the content that we have on there. A lot of sharing some important news and sharing some videos, that way you don't miss out. Guys, Dial H for Heroclix is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com. You can find cool stuff in stock every day, including all the latest Heroclix singles and sealed products. Make sure you check them out at CoolStuffInc.com. Use code DIAL5 for 5% off your Cool Stuff Inc. order. And of course, check out shop.wizkids.com using code DIALH10 for 10% off your Heroclix order over there. Again, not usable with certain promos, iconics, or pre-orders. But for all your Heroclix needs, unboxings, videos, and more, make sure you dial H. Like always, happy trails.
Man, Archangel, you're bringing a metal battering ram into this fight? You're not thinking right.
Against the master of magnets.
Yeah, it is no good.
In the year 2525, if man is still alive, if woman can survive, they may find Ain't gonna need to tell the truth, tell no lies. Everything you think, do, and say is in the pill you took today. In the year 45, ain't gonna need your teeth, won't need your eyes. You won't find a thing to chew, nobody's gonna look at you. In the year 55, your arms are hanging limp at your sides. Your legs got nothing to do, some machine doing that for you. In the year 65, ain't gonna need no husband, won't need no wife. You pick your son, pick your daughter too, from the bottom of a long glass tube. Whoa, whoa. In the year 7510, if God's a-comin', he ought to make it by then. Maybe he'll look around himself and say, guess it's time for the judgment day. In the year 8510, God is gonna shake his mighty head. He'll either say, I'm pleased where man has been, or tear it down and start again. Whoa, whoa. In the year 95, I'm kinda wondering if man is gonna be alive. He's taken everything this old earth can give, and he ain't put back nothing. Whoa, whoa. Now it's been 10,000 years, man has cried a billion tears for what he never knew. Now man's reign is through, but through eternal night, the twinkling of starlight, so very far away, maybe it's only yesterday. In the year 25,